Blog Talk Radio.
Do you think politics is stupid? Do you know what anarchy is? Really? Have you ever watched the news and thought, they're lying to me? Have you ever tried to make sense of the internet? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Sidetracked. Sit back, relax, pour, light, and lament as Bo Hotchkiss takes Scott Culberson on a guided tour of the rabbit hole.
All right. That was one hell.
Son of a
Holy shit, that was a shit show.
I'd say welcome to the show, everybody, but I don't think anybody's listening.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
I don't
welcome to the show
I
later,
didn't bother
listeners.
opening the chat. Yeah.
Because I
People
know a lot of
listening
you
later.
guys, you diehards out there, you listen to the podcast. That's cool.
It's easier. It's more convenient. I get it.
Do they get
Yeah.
overtime when they listen to that?
Yeah. Yeah, they get all the whole show.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. They don't.
So that's what I mean. Like, I get it. Like, why listen live if you're going to, unless you're going to call in. If you're going to call in, then hell yeah, listen live.
Or you're drunk. Maybe you smoke the blunt and you're like, wow, fucking Sidetracked on. Yeah. I don't know. But yes, I watched.
So you actually caught.
It
this
came on.
Glorious
and Mom
day, folks.
came on. And Mom wanted to watch it, and I've never heard my mom cuss that much. Well, at least not since she beat the hell out of 4 Hells Angels.
Don't take it out of you.
The presidential debate tonight was the equivalent of battling 4 Hells Angels.
There you go, folks. There's a good analogy.
Yeah.
If you didn't catch it tonight, there it was.
Not to say they all bad, but those 4 were some troublemakers, and it was her bar. I'm just saying. And I've never heard her use I've never heard her call anyone a cunt before. That was a new one. My entire life has gone by without that word crossing her lips, and damn. Hillary Clinton
this deserves
brings
a
out
little
the best
elaboration. If it's that rare, I think we deserve a little elaboration. What was the scene? What was she saying? What was Hillary saying at the time that she was like, that woman's a cunt? Or what did she even say? How did she use cunt?
She was, she was skirting around. That's what was pissing Mom off. She wasn't answering any of the damn questions. She tippy-toed around them. And that's it pissed Mom off, for one. And he did his own little tippy-toed around some things, but the crap that she said about like, oh well, I have a plan. Well, how about you outline your plan real quick? Because just saying you have a plan, I can say I have a plan too. Hey, I have a plan. Doesn't necessarily make it fucking true. And then the part that kind of got Mom like going ha 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 is like when Trump not even accused her, just stated the fact that she's been proven to be a liar. She's lied to Congress. She's lied to us. She lied to the FBI. She's just a long, long stream of lies. You know, and she never even denied it. You know, and I'm sitting there going, well, how can she deny something like that? She'd have to lie again. And even though she's, and that's what she was doing her best to do, even though everything she says is a lie. That's the problem. She can't avoid lying because her entire campaign is a lie.
Right. Well, and that was a cute thing, is that her the emails tonight, I was glad they brought it up, you know, but it's obvious that it was planned, because otherwise, whatever that mainstream media goon asshole was, I can't even remember his fucking name. He doesn't deserve his name to be remembered.
He did not do a good job. He did not do a good job at all.
No.
They walked
when
all
he asked
over,
the question about
both of them walked all over him.
When he asked the question about the WikiLeaks emails, all she did was go straight to, it was Russia, we've got it on good intelligence, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Never did she say the content of the emails. Never did she say the content of the emails is bullshit or fake.
Yeah, she didn't address the accusations that arrived from the emails. Yeah.
Well, what's in the emails is 100% true, sure. But, hey, man, it was Russia. Really? That's where you decided to go?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
But no one buys that shit. And if you do buy that shit, I got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah. And then another thing that ticked Mom off is when she tried to throw, like, his misbehavior with women, which I'm sure, you know, I'm positive, you know, that Trump has, like, made advances on women. There's no doubt about that. You know, he's a big star. It happens.
Rich playboy type. But it's going to happen. But
then, you know, Mom, before anybody could say anything, Mom stood up and said, "Why don't you investigate that little island your husband likes to go to?" And I went, "Oh, yeah. Why don't we bring that up?" Or you
no one brings that up.
You don't want to bring up
Wait a minute.
Island, do you? You don't even like to hear that word, do you, Mr. Clinton? You don't like to hear the word pedophile, do you?
I think someone might want to fact check me on this.
I'm surprised they're not drone striking my house right now for just blatantly calling Bill Clinton a fucking pedophile.
Listen,
I'm surprised.
I think
if this transmission ends, then I've been drone stricken. Is that how you say it?
Stricken. Drone stricken. I like it. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I like it.
I'm going with
drone stricken. I have been stricken with drone. We can get all old English on it.
And the other thing,
thou hast been stricken
me
with
is
thine
like
drone.
Towards the end of the debate, they asked him about this, like, accepting the results of the election. Like,
what kind of bullshit is this?
Willing to accept the results of and then they threw it in that way there's a smooth transition of power. And I'm like, what transition of power?
Yeah.
If he loses, there's no transition of power.
It's the same power.
The Democratic Committee controls the office right now. And if she wins, there's no transition of power. He's not in office. He's never been in office. He's not a fucking politician. He's running for president because he can't do business in this country anymore.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
Was great that he
his
brought
company,
that up too.
And he's, you know, you try to do business here, but you can't. And you know, and then her little answer was, "Oh well, I want to help support small business." And it's like, no. Trump was like, "No, I want to support all business, not just small business." And then I'm sitting there thinking, "There's no way to open a small business anymore."
No,
unless you have a rich daddy,
and regulations.
Unless you have a rich daddy that buys you a franchise, you're not opening shit.
Yeah. Dude, I work at a small business. Do you know how hard it is to keep the doors open just because of regulations? And it isn't because we want to cheat the regulations. It's because they don't need to be there. I'll give you one good example,
Right.
and it's called a stocking tax. It means you have shit there that's sitting there that no one's bought yet. Because you have products sitting there that no one's bought yet, in our line of work, you have to pay a tax on what that product is worth just sitting there. In my line of work, that's slabs of granite. That shit's expensive. So imagine them just taxing the fact that no one's bought anything yet. Tell me how that regulation helps any fucking thing at all.
Yeah.
It does. So I'm sorry. This is retarded.
Like how unenforceable all this crap is, like the HVAC laws. You have to be certified to buy refrigerant. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to jump through all these hoops that have nothing to do with working on the machines or actually evacuating the refrigerant, containing it, filtering it, and all the other bullshit that you have to go through. And there's no way to regulate that other than, here's your certification. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
You know how many guys I've seen their certification and then just go open units wide up and let the refrigerant out? It's like, we'll just buy more. I'm certified.
Right.
And they don't care because they bill it to the customer. So now they're making money off it. They bought the refrigerant for $50 a pound or whatever it costs nowadays, and they charge the customer, $55 a pound. They made $5 a pound off of it just by picking it up from the store, and it wasn't needed if they would have just gone through the procedures and evacuated. But nobody regulates that. There's nobody checking on anybody. Nobody's checking on anybody. So all those laws are unenforceable. And an unenforceable law is no.
It's not a law, yeah.
And it's all bullshit because, all of a sudden you had to be certified the day that DuPont's patent ran out.
Yeah, folks, if you want to know how free you are, it's as simple as looking around. Is there a cop or someone that you think is a snitch around?
Try to leave the country without any money or documentation.
Well, what I was going to say is actually you're a lot freer than you think.
I challenge anybody to leave this country without money or documentation. Because
hang on.
If you don't, because you can't get out of the country without a passport. That means you are being held against your will within the borders of this country. That's not freedom.
No, it's not. However, at the same time, what few freedoms you have left, here's a good one. I say, if you look around and there isn't a cop or someone you view as a snitch, you can do whatever the hell you want as long as you're not harming someone. Even if it's against the law. If there ain't a cop around, guess what? It ain't against the law. Well, yeah, it is because someone wrote on a piece of paper. You go ahead and run that stop sign. If no one's fucking around, go ahead. Go ahead and run that stop sign. Did you notice? You made it, and no one arrested you. It's because it's all fucking bullshit. You don't need that shit. Look around, make sure no one's coming. Yes, be safe. That's common fucking knowledge. You don't want to die, do you? No, you don't need these laws. You don't need this shit. It's all bullshit. Anyways, back to the debate. Hillary danced around
politics.
Let's get on to Russia. Let's go back to Russia because we didn't talk about that yet. Fucking holy Jesus. Was she oblivious as hell, or was she insane or drugged up? Because she was like playing off the Russia thing like it's not an issue. When the fact of the matter is,
that's because the Democrats need enemies. The Democrats need enemies, so they make enemies.
Nuclear enemies? The kind that can wipe them off the face of the earth?
If they can't pick on somebody enough to piss them off, they'll hire somebody to become an enemy.
Well, or in their case, they hire people to piss off the Russians.
More Democrats have sent us to war than any.
Yeah. Well, and in the Democrats' case this time, they created terrorist cells to give the Russians a hard time. This is what the Hillary and the Clinton presidency did, as well as the Bush presidency and the Obama presidency took that shit on. They just kept on going with it. And now we've got...
because despite
Taliban,
what everybody thinks,
ISIS,
there was no change.
Al-Qaeda.
There was no change when Obama was elected. He stepped right into Bush's shoes.
Yeah. And so here we are, same shit. Russia's pissed. Oh, and the big deal, here's the thing that people need to learn about Hillary's history with Russia. This is the big deal right here. Here's a short little history lesson. A long time ago, when Hillary went to the UN to tell everyone, hey, we want to help out the Libyans. Okay, this is before Gaddafi was murdered. We want to help out the Libyans. Russia was like, we think you want regime change. And she went, no, I promise. We're just going to help them. And the deal was, okay, if you're just going to help them, then no boots on the ground and you can't institute a no-fly zone. She said, cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
We promise. Yeah. So she promised Putin, we won't do that. What did she do? No-fly zone. Were there boots on the ground? Sure, but they were terrorists that she paid for. And so they went and killed Gaddafi. Then she's on the news saying, we came, we saw he died. Yay. You think Putin saw that? Sure he did. And then he went, this motherfucking cunt lied to our faces, and now they're going to do it in Syria. That's my mom's new
favorite name. That's my mom's pet name for her.
Cunt, yeah. So now we're doing it with Syria.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Okay, she's like in her 90s. I've never heard that word cross her lips, and that stunned me when she said that. I was really, literally like, whoa, Mom, come on.
Mom, are you all right?
Do I need to turn this off?
Do
we need to turn it out? What?
Right? Is this getting too heated? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. So there's the history lesson. So if you want to know why Russia's pissed, that's why Russia's pissed. And yes, they're pissed directly at her for being a lying cunt, doing exactly what she said she wouldn't do, that Russia didn't want her to do, that she had no right to do, and now they're doing it in Syria, and they're going to create a no-fly zone. What do you think Russia wants to do? Now that they've called back all of their foreign agents, all of their foreign ambassadors, they've said, get home now, and they've called back all of their armaments. Guess what? What do you think they're doing? They're arming. They're getting ready for taking this shit serious. No pun intended with serious, but yeah.
And they aren't all disorganized like the Middle East is. You know, you'll have like even the most organized Middle Eastern country is probably not handled like, you know, Colorado or New Mexico. They couldn't take on like one of our states. In their most organized, they couldn't take on a state.
Who?
So, the Middle East, anywhere.
Oh, yeah, fuck, no. Hell no. Dude, you know, they're so far behind. It's sad. And if you see pictures from, like, the 50s and the 60s, they used to wear shorts and short-sleeve shirts. The women did. They would show off their legs, and they wore the same shit that we did. What the fuck happened? You know, like, did they not have that religion back then? It didn't exist or some shit? I don't understand this. This is the thing. They don't teach us this in history, so I don't know. Middle East history.
that's like, you know, when they brought up ISIS, and she's like, well, I have a plan for that. Again, I have a plan. No outline. You know, and then even if you did, if she did, she would have blurted it out. If she did, she would have blurted it out, and then just proving Trump's point that, yeah, why are you telling everybody what you're doing? Why are you warning the enemy that you're coming?
Yeah. Idiot. She's an idiot.
Oh, because those enemies are her friends. Just like, you know, she brought up, I watched when they shot old Osama bin Laden, you know. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I watched you while you watched that, and your reaction was like a friend of yours just got shot. So was there something going on there, Mrs. Clinton? Was there a little chumminess? Did you guys date at one time or something?
They did.
Because you acted like a friend of yours just got shot, not an enemy of the people of the United States.
Well, you see, Scott, back in the day when she was in high school, they went on up to Neck and Hill, and they parked for a while, and it went pretty good until, he started preaching, and she was like, look, I can't be a part of this. And then he got all angry and threatened to cut her head off. And she was like, if that's the way you're going to be, then, I need to leave. And he respectfully didn't cut her head off because he was civil back then. And, they parted ways. So they do. They have a little bit of a history. Total bullshit. But,
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then the other point, that this shows how clueless she is. When ISIS was brought up, she was like, oh, Iraq. Do you know how many countries ISIS is in? She doesn't even understand the theater.
As many as the CIA wants. Is that,
and for those of you that don't know, they call war a theater. The theater of war, like the European theater or the Middle Eastern theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand the theater if she's like focusing on just one country, because ISIS is all over the Middle East, and then she's like going, oh well, we're just going to kill the leaders, and that'll be that'll solve everything. And it's like, you don't understand. It's like freaking Fight Club out there.
Yeah.
They don't need Tyler anymore.
Well, and she brought up again today the whole Trump was for the war in Iraq. He was clearly on Howard Stern, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if you heard, but Howard Stern went on his own radio show. Go figure, he went on his own radio show. Anyways, on his show, he was like, I called the news media. Or no, they called him. Okay, they called me, Howard Stern, and to verify that the audio existed. And I said, yeah. And so then on the news the next day, they were like, Howard Stern verifies that Trump was for the war in Iraq. And he was like,
yeah, see how
that's
they
not even close
around?
to what I did.
That's like him. They got that one, and that bugs me because I saw that interview where
and they asked him, and Trump was like,
they asked him about the abortion thing, and they were like, and he was like, and they totally edited out, because the question was, if there is a law against abortion, should there be a punishment? Well, of course, if there's a law against it, there should be a punishment, right? But no, they cut and paste and tack it here and here to where it says there ought to be punishment for abortion. And I hate that. I hate that more than anything. And then, of course, it's not, oh, I'm Hillary Clinton and I approve this message. No, it's this ad has been paid for by the people who kiss Hillary Clinton's ass.
Right. And then I almost expect to see that scene
and that leaves me just despising them even more and loathing them.
The whole DNC is that scene from Christmas Vacation, where Clark Griswold is standing at the door while they're going into the meeting room. He's like, hi, sir. Good day, sir. Yes, sir. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You kiss his ass. Kiss his ass. You kiss his ass.
Good luck.
Yeah. But, so, like, that whole abortion thing, though, I thought he did pretty good on that, because he basically spelled it out as, look, it needs to go to the states. It has nothing to do with the federal government.
And I've got a theory about that, and it goes all the way back to what's his name? Oh God, he's like one of my heroes. I should know the kid. Think Fear and Loathing was about him.
Hunter Thompson.
Thank you. God, couldn't get the Thompson. Anyway,
right.
It goes all the way back to Hunter Thompson. And the reason they won't investigate Pedophile Island.
Right.
Because it'll affect more than the Democratic. I mean, it'll totally devastate the Democratic committee. and every Democrat. I imagine every single male Democrat has been to Pedophile Island, and probably
I would imagine that.
Probably 2/3 of the Republicans have been there. I'm thinking that Trump's the only one that hasn't been there, and that's why they don't like him. But I think that's the reason that neither party will touch that. They won't investigate that because they'll find proof of all of them. All of them are so fucked up.
Well, dude, that's just like the Brits. The Brits won't touch it either because they know there's been numerous reports, not just numerous, like so many, that the British government is overrun with a pedophile fucking, like a fucking club or some shit. It's the majority of them. When they had a hearing on it, no one showed up to Parliament. The whole hall was like, there was like 4 people there. That's it. That'd be
like the only 4 people in England I trusted. The rest of them could all
fucking...
I'd burn the rest of them at the stake.
Anybody that didn't show up to this, report to the town square to be burned or leave now.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. This
who
world
will
is
get
insane.
my stuff? Nope, we're piling your stuff on the fire, too, so there's no debate about that. Your houses, your cars, everything, all of it.
Your stuff
your
is
money, your jewelry, your children in crow's cages. Let's go.
Let's go. Crow's cages. We're big advocates for crow's cages on this show. As soon as somebody starts manufacturing crow's cages again, we will appeal to them, and hopefully they will sponsor our show. Wouldn't you love it, Scott, if the newest manufacturer of crow's cages would be our sponsor?
I'd like to also add a swivel to the chain so it can double as a whirly gig, so you can spin it. Because that's how they used to get witches to confess. By putting them in a whirly gig. They put them in a whirly gig, which is just it's like a crow's cage, only it's like on a pole. And it spins around in a circle, and they just keep spinning it until you confess. I'd hook a motor up to it with a remote.
And just walk away. Yeah. Hook it up and walk away.
Yep. Nope, it's not being metered. It's just to the hard line. They'll never shut it off.
It'll never shut off.
It'll never shut off.
And in fact, not only is it hardwired in, it has a giant solar panel on this building over here. So even if the power goes out, so long as the sun's out,
even if the grid goes down, it'll keep going.
You're fucking
not
spinning.
As fast, but at least it'll still go.
Enough to nauseate you, at least. So you're fucked, buddy. You may be thinking right now, these two guys are evil fucks. No. We've just had plenty of time to think about all these pedophiles and tyrannical bastards that we have no sympathy. And I don't even think they're human. I don't think there's no way they could be human. They got to be something else.
Well, especially to be put in a position of power like that, and to
super
chimpanzee
types or something.
A lot of them claim to be trying to help and stop this travesty when they're just diverting resources and funds to it.
Yeah.
And that's
we're doomed.
Yeah,
you heard it here first. You heard it here first. We're doomed. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to go out on the street with that sign that you hang over your shoulders, and it's going to have like a psalm on the back and prepare to meet thy doom on the front.
The end is nigh. You got to have the end is nigh. Yeah. All right, we're going to overtime here.
The end was nigh yesterday.
All right, we're going in overtime here. So, hey, dude, I wanted to say so that the people that listen to the podcast can catch the show. Our good friends with a show called We the People Ohio They used to have a show a good 4 years ago. It got a lot of listeners back then. They've gone through all kinds of stuff in their personal lives, and now they're starting to do the show again. It's a really good show.
I can call those guys friends. I can't call them good friends. I've never, actually sat down and ate with them.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I mean, I've talked to them way more than you have, so I suppose I know them better than you do. But
I'm just being overcritical.
They're not very far from me. They're not very far from me.
They're a great bunch of guys. They're a great bunch of guys, and if they did the same thing they did 4 years ago and had all the different representatives, then they do a great job, and everybody should listen to that. Yeah.
So they just started up. They did a show last night. I was on that show. It was supposed to be a big debate show where they were going to have people who were pro-Trump, pro-Hillary, pro-Jill Stein, pro-Gary Johnson, and they were going to have them all debate together and talk about their candidates, but only one guy showed up, and it was pro-Gary Johnson. So I showed up, and I was like, look, I'm an anarchist, and I want this whole thing to burn to the ground, but I don't mind playing devil's advocate because I know what it was like. So I can argue that point. I can look at Trump and go yeah, I see what they see in him. So I can argue the good parts. So I'll do that. So I argued the good parts. If you want to hear that, just go to blogtalkradio.com and search We the People, Ohio. That's a good show. And
personally, I don't listen to these things.
I know you don't. You don't even have a computer, so
it's kind of counterproductive, isn't it? That I'm against what I do. I'm against what I do right here.
Scott is the only person who I force into technology via telephone. I don't know that that's a thing. I don't think that's a thing, but I do it to you. I force you into shit via telephone call. You're on a podcast and you don't have internet or a computer.
The only reason I have this damn phone is because my nephew thinks it's funny. He likes to hear me bitch about Google.
Right.
Which
it's entertainment for them.
Good luck becoming God. That's all I can say to Google. Good luck becoming God. Another one. Who would want that job? Fucking moron.
Yeah.
God,
which, by the way, another
complaint all day.
More of the WikiLeaks emails came out that the guy that is the head of Alphabet, that's the corporation that owns Google, is he's actually working with the Democratic Party. So, folks, if you didn't know, everything is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. I'm telling you, everything is bullshit. You look on the internet and you Google it, guess what? You've just typed into a bullshit filter. You're like, I want to know about this. And they're like, okay, well, that's bullshit. We're going to give you even more shit on top of that. And you're going to think that what we're saying is real. But they're closely working with the Democrats. So why the fuck
we'll
would
put the information you're actually looking for in the bottom 9,000 searches.
Yeah, so if you get 146,000 results, you're going to have to go to the last one.
The shit you're looking for is going to be in the bottom 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
No,
not even categorically alphabetized, just randomly placed with no links.
The bottom 9,000 pages. The bottom 9,000
like pages. That. Just randomly placed with no links. Hey, there's some information here you might have looked for if we hadn't have deleted it.
We didn't delete it, but it's there and you can't click on it. Thanks for playing.
And then she pretty much almost called WikiLeaks like Russia. Well, WikiLeaks works for Russia. It's like, no, if you'll notice, WikiLeaks is got to be CIA. If you look, and then who do you think CIA wants to be president? They're sick of Clinton.
Here's the deal, though. Here's the big thing that
you notice the Republican National Committee's emails didn't get hacked.
Right. They didn't. Well, no, wait. Hacked is the wrong word. This is the reason that you're saying it. She said hacked. She kept saying hacked. And she said it multiple times. And people don't touch on the fact that
she's saying hacked because she deleted them all, and that's in her eyes. You had to be a hacker to get them.
What is a leak? A leak means someone on your team said, fuck this shit. I saved everything, and I'm giving it to these guys. WikiLeaks doesn't hack anything. Take stuff that's been hacked? Maybe, but you know they filter through that shit, right? They actually read through everything before they post it. So if it's been a hack and it's been fucking tampered with,
yeah, because I don't want to read about, like some intern that sucked Bill's dick, got a new puppy. I don't want to read all that.
Yeah. So a leak doesn't mean it was hacked. Yeah, she kept saying hacked because guess what? If the public hears the word hacked over and over and over and over and over again, they think it's the truth. And they ignore the fact that in the name WikiLeaks is the key word, leak, meaning someone that works for her said, fuck this bitch. And they decided everyone needs to see this shit. Everyone needs to see this shit. Now, what's really funny about this, Scott, is those Republicans that are actually thankful.
I could
that,
use
like,
a joke
WikiLeaks,
right now, Bo.
It's more irony. But those Republicans that were really, they're so thankful that WikiLeaks was spreading all the good news about Democrats being liars and cheats and blah, blah, blah. They're the same dudes that used to condemn Snowden and Chelsea Manning. And now they're praising WikiLeaks.
Right? Oh, and then she had the audacity. I remember that too. She had the audacity to accuse Trump of supporting mass surveillance of the American people. And I was like, I cannot even believe that your fucking people put that on your cards.
Which, right. You notice she kept looking down at something. He didn't look down for a second.
It's their fucking... Oh my God, really?
I don't know how anyone could vote for Hillary. I could see how some would vote for Trump. I'm not voting because it doesn't matter. It's bullshit. The fucking popular vote hasn't ever mattered. I don't know why people don't understand this still. But sure, I mean, go ahead and vote, whatever, if you want to, and it makes you feel good and sleep good, but it doesn't matter. The electors is what matters.
It's one of those things, the plans. Oh, I plan to support small business. And he's like, no, I want to support all business. And then his plan has already been, broadcast on TV. Where's hers? She wouldn't even outline her plan. She just said she had one. Liar.
Her modus operandi.
And then that's one of the things my mom said, you can't believe a word that comes out of her mouth because everything she says is a lie.
And it's vague enough for her to backpedal. So not only is it a lie, but it's vague enough that she can just be like, well, I didn't mean that later. Later she could say, well, I didn't mean that.
And then her saying, Trump won't release his tax records. He shouldn't have to. You know what? And if you want to do that, okay, let's open the books on the Clinton Foundation. Uh-oh, wait, I think I hear a drone. I think I hear a drone targeting my house as we speak because I said we should audit the Clinton Foundation and Bill Clinton as a pedophile. Yeah, they're probably circling the house now.
Dude, I imagine, you know what, it was probably easier the last time we were calling Bill Clinton a pedophile to shut us down. Now it's probably so frequently tripping the NSA, the word finders that are like, people said Bill Clinton pedophile.
Well, I don't think we've been shut down tonight. I don't think we got shut down tonight because they got a lot on their plate right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're trying to shut down. They're trying to shut down all the talking heads that are picking up stories about some sort of imaginary transition of power. It's like, come on, man. Really?
Well, I don't know if you saw any little bits of after the debate, but they went full bore. The talking heads, the fucking paid-for goons, which it's proven that they're paid-for goons. So I'm not talking out of my ass here. If you didn't know they were paid for, you didn't look at the facts. The facts are, yes, they are paid for.
Oh, and that's like when she accused him of exciting violence. And it's like, I mean, all he had to do was rebuttal that with facts. I mean, we have videotape of Clinton supporters saying to people on video, I will pay your legal bills. I will pay your legal bills if you fucking bash him in the face. And they firebombed a Republican campaign.
Not one, two.
Two of them. Yeah. People got hurt. And don't tell me it wasn't Clinton goons that did that.
They blamed it on Trump. Can you believe that? They blamed it on Trump. How does that make any goddamn sense?
Trump's going to firebomb his own freaking people.
He was
No.
Who the fuck is going to believe that shit? Oh, yeah. Trump is so evil. He was like, what? That's my office?
It's the people that believe whatever they make up in their heads, dude. And it's like, the media is so contrived that they just make up these things in their head. Oh, well, Trump must have firebombed to blame Hillary.
Another one I saw today. Listen, another one I saw today was about Hollywood. Hollywood is also on the docket for the Democratic National Convention, the DNC. So Hollywood, when you wonder, if you ever wonder, like, wow, there's all these comedians, there's all these famous people that spout this rhetoric, and you go, do they really think this? Yeah. They really think this? How do they think this? They think it because they're paid to. They think it because they're on the payroll. They wouldn't live in Hollywood if it wasn't for their support.
Like back when they were Bush bashing, and I love that because they Bush bashed and Bush bashed and Bush bashed so bad, and I was like, why are you bashing on Bush? He's a lame duck president. He can't run again. Why are you doing this? And then, they just, it just pisses me.
What?
It's annoying.
So listen, that's out in the open now, that they're also on the docket. So you got the media paid by the Democrats.
Oh, that's
famous
right.
people.
That's
most of them?
Yeah. The famous people. So the counter measure was to put Bush's record up against the people who were bashing him from Hollywood, right? There's people in Hollywood bashing him, and they'd be like, okay, well, Bush was this. He was in the National Guard. He did this. He holds this degree. He holds that degree. He went to these colleges, he did this, he served as this, he served as that, he's done this, done that, done that. And then they'd go to this person that's bashing him. Dropped out of high school, became an actor.
Yeah.
Wow, you really have a lot of fucking, balls to get up there and talk shit about somebody that you haven't fucking can't even stand next to.
Very moral high ground, much respect. Yeah, it's fucking ultimate retarded. Doge. Yeah, ultimate Doge. Yeah. So, long story short, to anyone out there who's wondered, why is the media saying all this stuff? It just doesn't seem like that's the reality of the situation. Correct. And if you're thinking, well, why does Hollywood do it? Correct. They're all on the docket. They're all on the payroll. Holy God, it's really a big conspiracy, which is why I sent to you, Scott, today that little that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio doing the fucking champagne toast where it said, hey, congrats to all those folks that were conspiracy theorists before and have been vindicated in 2016.
I like the other one you sent me, the one where it shows the guy with the two buttons and he's sweating. Only instead of the guy, it's Obama, and he's sweating, and the buttons, and both the buttons, one of the buttons says, the elections can't be rigged, and the other button says, Russia's trying to rig the elections. And he's just like, I already said both of those, didn't I? I